in any moment of even endeavoring to be a little bit less invested in the grand drama of our internal lives, and we just sort of leave it alone. But we don't really know at that moment is when we're not quite as compelled. We're very prone to a different way of experiencing life, of everything actually, a different way of experiencing things to come into being. Just like those moments would come into being when I was a kid out of nowhere. Of course, I was a child. I wasn't as compelled by the whole thing, right? I wasn't told what I should or shouldn't be thinking or how right or wrong everything was. I wasn't invested in that whole thing. So I was the thing that human beings, adults, look at children with a certain sort of nostalgia, maybe even envy when they see, you look at your own children when they're real young and there's an innocence there, right? That's what I'm trying to talk about. That's a kind of it's not a disinterest like you're apart from everything, but everything's just innocently arising. It's not arising in this judgmental field of consciousness. It's just everything is just there and you're kind of experiencing it almost more like for the first time, right? You're not interpreting it. You're not packaging it. It's more like a relationship where you actually don't know what anything is. And you don't know what you should or shouldn't be experiencing. That's the kind of, when the spirituals, for thousands of years, they've been suggesting teachings, orient yourself towards the unknown. And, the egoic mind turns that into a dramatic affair. Where's the unknown? Oh my God, it must be fantastic. Where is the unknown? And it's like, no, that's not. You're already turning the unknown into something into something fantastic, right? The unknown is just remind yourself that you don't actually know hardly anything. If you didn't have 1,000,001 beliefs to measure everything by, what would everything look like then? I don't really know. Maybe something a bit more innocent. That's what adults envy in children. They sense it. They look at it with a kind of nostalgia. Like, I remember that. I remember when I was that unself-conscious. I remember playing in the front yard, running through the sprinkler system when I was 6 years old with not a stitch of clothing on and having no consciousness of whether that was a good or bad idea. I remember that. God, I'd like to just do anything and feel like that again. That's so often, that's the adult experience. Why can't could I just be that carefree? Could I just be that innocent? Could I be that unburdened by this thing inside me that's always watching me, evaluating it all? Spiritual practices are actually means to put all that on hold, just as almost like a suggestion that says, just imagine for 30 minutes that you don't actually need to do any of that. Just put all the judgments on holds and the beliefs of what's good or bad, or what thoughts you should have, or what thoughts you shouldn't have, or how right or wrong everybody is, and how good or bad the world. Just put it in neutral for a little bit. Maybe things will look a little different. Just put that big old cerebral cortex up there in neutral for a minute. Doesn't mean you have to play an idiot. It just means put it in neutral and see if you can experience things without the filter. When you can do that, well, hell, a thought's just a thought then. Then you're in the place before you heard a spiritual teacher suggesting that thoughts might not be such a good idea all the time. You don't even know anymore. Is it good? Is it not good? Who knows? I don't know. Till I have a belief. When I put my belief in neutral, then a thought's just a thought. And actually, it's not even that. It's just an experience. It's a sound. That's all it is. Where did it come from? I don't know. See, and you come into this more intimate, curious, innocent relationship with what is. And the nice news is you can actually do it. Because you've done it, and because it's still there, right under all the believing in all the labels of everything, you can't stop your mind from labeling. You can't stop that from happening. But what if it just labels? But my mind labels everything. Okay, just label it then. Just that though, nothing else. Oh, then it's just a label. Yeah.